Welcome to another video by the Pathfinders United. My name is John, and today we'll be going over tarp shelters. Okay, welcome back. In today's video, we'll be going over tarp shelters. There are many different configurations that you can do for the tarp to turn it into a shelter. What we're using today is a 9x12 heavy duty tarp from Walmart. Now when you get into your 10x10s or you get into your snug pack type of tarps, it has way more anchor points, tie out points and things like that. It's a little more pricier as well. What we want to go through is a shelter that you can get at your Target, your Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, pretty much any hardware store. So let's get started. Okay, now that we're back, so I have it all laid out now. We have the 9 feet this way, and we have the 12 across here. So what I've done on the back end, not the far corner, but the one next to it has been staked down. The same thing over here, not the far end, but the one next to it has been staked down. Up front here, the same thing, not the far end, but right here has been staked, and right here has been staked. Now what I'm going to do is remove these two here and bring these two together in the middle. Okay, basically what I've done is pour this 90 degrees to the back, that end 90 degrees to the back. What I'm going to use now is a tracking pole. I'm going to go in through the opening here and adjust my tracking pole in the middle. Okay, now what I'm going to do is tuck the sides in here, tuck the sides in there, so you have a floor, and you also see that you have a door on the front end. Now what you can do is add a piece of rope or paracord on this side with a stake, staking it down. That way your door is closed. We'll do that now. As you may or may not be able to tell, it is extremely windy out here right now. And with the wind blowing, there's no guidelines holding the pole here. It's just the tension from here, here, and there that's holding it. Now you may have to make some adjustments to the door, depending on how you want to actually get inside of it or climb inside. But that is basically your totally enclosed shelter with the door. Okay, so our next configuration is going to consist of one tree, or in this case one pole, which is here. We're going to find with the 9 by 12 tarp on the 12 end there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have a middle grommet. So what we're going to do is find the middle grommet here, and we're going to attach the middle grommet to the pole here. What we probably do this one is probably chest high, is what we probably do with this one here. Okay, so what I've done, I used my overhand loop here, pulled it through itself, and it turned that into a lark's head. I put a few turns around the pole / tree, finished it with a clove hitch, and then with the excess I had left, I just used 2 half hitches. Now what I'm going to do is find the center on the back end, pour that out, stake it down, and show you how I finish the rest of it. Now, what I did on this configuration here is along this side here, not the last one to the end, but the next to the last grommet, staked it down, folded material under, came all the way down to the front here, staked this side down, staked this side down, did the same to the back. Let me kind of show you what I did. Okay, so this is the end grommet here. So I staked it here. 1, 2, 3. Came here. 1, 2. Came here. So the back is as close to the center as possible, but at the back side is the short end. So we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you don't have 7 like you do along the 12 side. But this is the 9 side here, so you have an uneven number. But stake there, here. Just tuck that under. Came here. Take the corner there. Add a piece of rope here. And as you can see inside, it's pretty roomy in here. You can easily get 2 people and your stuff in here easily. Now another thing you can do is you can take your trekking pole, and I'll show you what you can do with that. Now by adding the tracking pole to the end, you've actually given yourself a little more real estate on the inside. Let's move around. You also can use a tree or your stick as a door or a closure for your door, where you can bring your ends here and close it. You can also spread it further back, build your fire out front as well. You have the reflective material on the inside that will reflect your heat from your fire into your shelter. So here's another example of a winter shelter. I like to use these as winter shelters because you can close them up. You can also have complete privacy, as well as enough space for 2 people plus your gear. If it's cold like it is now, you can also use a 8x10 tarp on the inside on the ground and use that for the ground protection. I'm not a particular fan of laying directly on the ground. So if I can have another tarp, if I can have possibly a poncho or something just to go inside of there. And again, there's just 2 configurations you can use. Okay, hope this video helped you guys out. Again, this was on tarp shelters, more so winter tarp shelters. These are 2 configurations that I like to use. Again, either one. With the first one, with the door, as the door came to the outside, if it's not raining or snowing or anything like that, you can easily pour that to the inside where your string is attached to the inside, which will work perfectly, will work as well. Again, I'm not a big fan of laying on the ground, so normally with these configurations, I normally use either an 8x10 tarp or a 6x8. You can also use a poncho if you have one to put inside of it, again, just so you're not laying directly on the ground. On your second tarp setup, again, both of these, I have them designed, well, not I have them designed, I like to use them because they only take about 5 minutes to set up. The first one, again, you just stake it out like I showed you. Use a trekking pole to actually go in and actually set it up. Now, you don't have to use a trekking pole. You can actually use sticks if you're just out there in the wilderness or out in the woods and you don't have a trekking pole. You can use that as well. These are the Black Diamond Trail Sport 2 trekking poles that I have. I also have the Ozark Trail ones also. They are a good trekking pole to use as well. The reason I like the Black Diamonds, they allow you to extend your pole a lot longer than the Ozark Trail. These are taller and allow you to use a larger tarp. Again, you can use 8x10 tarps for this project as well, but the 9x12s just seems to offer you more space, especially if you're going camping with someone. If it's you and another person, there's enough space for 2, especially in the second configuration when we use the 1 pole or 1 tree setup. You can definitely get 2 people in there plus your gear easily with no problem. And you can also kneel down at the front door of it if you need to kneel or stand or do something like that as well. Okay, I hope this video again helped you guys out. Again, be sure you hit the like button, be sure you subscribe to the channel, be sure you tell your friends and share the channel as well. And always remember, we are the Pathfinders United, uniting Pathfinders around the world. Until next time.